Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us.
Well, it's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's another Self Love Sunday. And welcome to the Self Love Journey with Namibia. I'm your host, Namibia L. Thank you for joining us. This is the podcast where we practice self love. We have discussions about healing, self awareness, and becoming our best selves. So let's get into the episode for today. Forgiveness is a necessary step in my pathway to healing and to self love. So, there are many reasons to forgive. Today, I'm going to just share 3 that resonated with me, and hopefully, it will be a benefit to you. So, when we're talking about forgiveness, we're talking about an intentional decision to release anger and resentment, to let it go, to let go any thoughts and feelings of vengeance, of getting back at someone. Okay? So, forgiveness has many beneficial effects, and we're going to focus on 3. Before I do that, I want to share a quote with you. Holding a grudge doesn't make you strong, it makes you bitter. Forgiving doesn't make you weak, it sets you free. So forgiveness is truly not for the other person, it's for you. It's for you. That person may have hurt you and they're going on about their business in their life, and you are harboring, or when you don't forgive, we are harboring feelings, negative emotions that have a great impact on our body. And that's the first reason to forgive that I found is the health benefit. When we are harboring anger and resentment towards people, it can cause stress, raise our blood pressure, okay, causes muscle tension in our body. You know, when you get angry, you're all tensed up. You know, it can impact your immune system, which affects how your body heals. And you know, in these days and time, we don't need anything to impact our immune system negatively. So letting go and forgiving can also be beneficial to getting a better night's sleep. So in all that, those health benefits, that's reason enough to forgive. But I'm going to give you another one. Healing. A lot of times in our past, people have hurt us, usually someone who is a family member or a friend that's close to us that did something unimaginable or has hurt us and impact us in a way that you just didn't expect. And yes, that can be hurtful. I know for me personally, I had was married for a number of years and never expected to get divorced. And to me, divorce was something like a death. It was something that I wouldn't want anybody to go through, and at times it got messy, where you think that someone who that you are the closest to, you can imagine that there will be any hurt, a grave impact. So getting through my divorce caused it was caused a lot of pain in my life, and I had to come to grips with forgiveness, not only of my ex, but forgiveness of myself, and decisions that we both impacted the relationship. So, and that for me, that was a necessary step to move on beyond that. Sometimes when you're in it and you're going through something, it's kind of hard to see that there would be a brighter outcome. But when you're going through something, you just have to, is through. That word is important, going through and not staying there. And forgiveness of the person who hurt you and of yourself is so important. To know that maybe a decision that you made or the person made was from a hurt place. Like they say, hurt people truly hurt people. So you want to end that cycle of hurt. You don't want to continue that where you hurt someone else because you're feeling pain. So forgiveness is necessary for healing. Another benefit to forgiveness is relationships. Not only romantic relationships, but just your everyday relationships with people. If you're a parent, your relationships with your children. It is important for you to come to a place of forgiveness. You may not even realize that, sometimes when you're going through something, you don't realize how you impact the people around you, from your disposition, from your attitude. Like I said, with the anger and resentment, it does things to your body, and you don't know how you are impacting the people in your circle negatively. So that forgiveness is necessary for you to have a better relationship with your family, with your friends, and for romantic relationships in the future. You want to be the best version of yourself. You want to, well, at least in my case, I want to be the best version of myself. I don't think that it's fair that if you're hurt, that you pass on that hurt to your children. They don't deserve that. That you pass on the hurt to your loved ones. So how do I get to that place? How do I get to that space of forgiveness? It's not easy, especially when you're going through a process, or it's a recent breakup, or something that has hurt you, or something as devastated as even being mentally, emotionally, or sexually abused. How do you get to that space where you can say, you know what, I'm moving beyond that? Like I said, it doesn't mean that you're accepting that it's okay, because it's not okay to hurt other people. It's not okay for that to happen. But it is necessary, it's important, it's essential, it's crucial for you to move beyond that. So how do you do it? For me, I am a writer, so I have a journal, and I wrote down names of people who hurt me. I wrote down things that have happened, and I explained it in my journal of what happened. And sometimes you might find where you have to write a letter to that person, but I chose not to. Write it out, and I didn't give it to the person, but I just wrote it out. That's a decision, a personal decision for yourselves. So in that, like I said, it could be difficult. So for me personally, it took prayer and meditation. And in prayer is no matter what religion you are, but in prayer is a conversation between you and the Creator, between you and God. And I found that meditation is when you stop and you listen for that answer. Okay? And part of forgiveness, I said, writing down those names and really making a decision to let it go. So, wrote down the names. After, prayer and meditation, took the names, tore it up, and said, I'll let it go. I'll release it. I'll release the hurt from the past. And I actually put it in kind of like an ashtray, and I burnt it. I burnt the paper, and in that process is what I used to let it go. You may say, you know what, Namibia, that's not enough for me. I need more. So if you find that writing down the names or doing a release. People put it in a balloon and let it go. That's not good enough for you. It may be necessary to join a group and talk to other people who are like minds that are going through it. It may be necessary for you to talk to someone professional, but by all means, take steps to let it go, to move through forgiveness. Um, I don't know about you, but in my family, I just have, have to go far. Um, like I mentioned before, I had women in my family didn't really share things that happened to them. So when I was born, my mother had postpartum uh, depression, and I didn't realize that it was postpartum until I became a mother. I just thought that, you know what, she just didn't want me. So I was raised by my father's parents, and my brother, I had an older brother, was raised by her mother. And, that caused a lot of questions, in my childhood, and anger and resentment that I didn't realize was there until later on, and trying to figure out what's going on. And I had to get to the point where I said, you know what, and looked at my mother as a person who's going through pain or has been through pain and did not process it. She didn't process the pain in a way that was healthy, and it impacted me. And I want it to not impact my children. So I looked at my mother as, like I said, a person that was going through hurt, and um, forgave her. I forgave her. You love your mother, you love your family, but sometimes things, hurt that they had carry on to you. But that doesn't mean that you have to carry on that hurt. And another benefit that I didn't mention, is maybe it's a fourth one to forgiveness, is that, we're human. We make mistakes. There's things that I did, maybe intentionally and not intentionally, that hurt other people. So you want to be forgiven, so you got to forgive. So you don't want a person, or I should hope that you didn't want people to harbor anger towards you. So it's breaking a cycle, a negative cycle. So forgiveness, like I said, is important. 3 reasons I gave you, to just to recap: we forgive, and it's intentional and it's deliberate, to not have to have for it to be healthy, a healthy benefit for our body, to not have stress. We forgive for the purpose of healing. We forgive to have better relationships with the people in our circle. So I hope that this has resonated with you, that you take this nugget that I'm using and that it's helped you, that you truly look at who's hurt you, or how have you hurt other people, and forgive them, and also forgive yourself. Know that you deserve to be free from the pain of the past. And so, like at every episode that we have on Self-Love Journey, I want to end us with this affirmation, and 3 things I want for us to just think about this, and you can use these affirmations or you can make your own. Okay. So the first one is, I forgive. I forgive those who have hurt me, and I seek forgiveness. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy to be free. I am peace. I am free. So hopefully this has helped you. Please tune in again. We have a YouTube channel now, the Self-Love Journey with Namibia. Please subscribe, like, sign up for notifications, share with your friends. Also, there's a group on Facebook. If you have any questions for me or any topics that you want us to focus on that has helped you with your self-love journey, please share. If there are any special guests that you want to have us, local guests, because we're not national yet, but we're getting there, but anyone that or you're interested in becoming a guest on the self-love journey, then feel free to reach out. And thank you again for joining us, and see you next week. Hi, this is Namibia again, and I just finished the recording and I realized that there was one more point that I needed to make to you that I don't think I shared, is that with forgiveness, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to reconcile the friendship or the relationship. It could mean that once the lesson is learned and once healing has happened, that is in a possibility. However, forgiveness means that you are letting go of the pain of the past to move on to a better and brighter future. That you are no longer a prisoner of whatever hurt you with that person, and that you are truly ready for your new chapter. And for me, that definitely is important for my self-love journey, that it's okay to move on. It's okay to let go of those who hurt you. It's okay that the relationship has changed, and looking forward to what the future brings with the freedom of forgiveness. All right. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and that you find peace and you find love, and you are on your journey to self-love. Take care.